But I guess we have to watch our P's and Q's because now it's being recorded, right? That's the only thing.
Hmm?
We have to watch what we say because we're on live now, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want to say anything that we wouldn't want to say in public. Got that right?
Yep.
We're live here, so nobody let out any kind of noxious fumes with an audible bang, okay? If you're gonna release noxious fumes, just do it silent to yourself and then open the window ever so slightly so we don't have to smell it. Hey Ryan.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check with you. Did you hear about FedEx and UPS?
Yes, I did. I heard it now 8 times.
Well, let me tell a story.
I know.
Yeah, did you know that they joined forces?
Yeah.
Let me tell a story. They joined together. They're going to combine the company. They're both dropping their name, and they're going to call the new company Fed Up. You got that, eh?
Someone there show up. Say hello.
Hello there. I see one person joining us here on the road trip. We're going to actually, we're just going to go home. We went into Edmonton today. Ryan had, what is that thing called you had, Ryan? No, that device we had to go all the way to Edmonton for to exchange. What do you mean you don't
doesn't
know?
want to talk about.
Okay, I'll talk about it.
It's a secret.
It's some kind of
It's a secret.
some kind of electronic device. Anyway, he got this other electronic device maybe 2 weeks ago, and he's been doing a lot of animation on it and stuff like that. And last night he was really upset. It was like midnight, and those guys. Sorry, I should have slowed down there. He found a crack in the screen of this electronic device, so he was really upset there last night, and we didn't know if Best Buy would take it back. It's kind of a really small little crack, and you really couldn't see it. Just a certain lighting condition. And of course, it's the boys' device, and we never looked at it, so we didn't even bother looking at it until he said it's got a crack in it. And it was such a small little defect, kind of right in the middle of the screen, and you didn't even know like what could have caused that. It wasn't like, you know, if you leaned on something, it would break and it would crack the whole length of the glass, right? And it wasn't like from an impact, because you think there'd be a chip or something. It just a small little, looked like almost like a fine frog's hair stuck underneath the glass. Very strange, but we were really lucky. We took it back up to Best Buy today in Edmonton, South Common in Edmonton, and it was one day before their policy would have led the guy to say, "I'm sorry, you're too late by one day." So we were really lucky. Exchanged the device and got another one, but we have to go back and pick it up at the end of the month. They're quite in demand, these devices. So was it a week?
Yeah, it's a week.
Well, the end of the month, Mom said. 2 weeks. End of
July
July.
the 30th.
There you go. So whatever that is, end of July anyway. So
Today 21st, isn't it?
we'll have to be on this highway again in another week and a half or so. So that's what we did up there in Edmonton, and then we came home and thought, oh, you know, might as well just, there's kind of an interesting sky, might as well just go live here and get a live stream going, and then maybe I can use it later to make another video, kind of like driving down the highway video. It's too bad you can't use copyrighted songs, but we'll find something that'll go along with that and make kind of a nice relaxation video. Don't want to be too relaxed so when you're driving down the road, eh?
Should not have any music.
Oh, look at here comes an idiot. I'm going really slow, but these guys are going maybe a little bit too fast. Hard to tell. I'm in no big rush to get anywhere, so we're going kind of slow. We're traveling on QE2, Queen Elizabeth II Highway. They renamed it the QE2 a few years back because Queen Elizabeth came to visit Alberta, so they thought that they would change the name of the highway in her honor. So they didn't do much. They put up purple signs everywhere down the highway that maybe she could see them and say, "Ooh, they named a road after me. How lovely." But I don't even know if those purple signs are still up. They were just small little signs, no bigger than a stop sign, really. But this used to be called just Highway 2. And so they named it Queen Elizabeth II Highway. And we are approaching the city of Lacombe. So we're going to go to Lacombe. Here's the plan now. Since it's got a family day here and everything. Norm to work this morning. And then this afternoon we went up to the city there. So I thought, well, we might as well just extend this road trip, head out to Sylvan Lake, and get an ice cream from the Big Moo. Big shout out to the Big Moo. They're an ice cream shop. They've got, I don't know, 7,000 flavors or something. That could be a stretch.
No.
It is a stretch.
They got a couple hundred maybe.
No.
How many flavors they got?
Maybe like 50?
50? No way. A lot more
Yeah,
than that.
50.
Come on. 52? 52 flavors?
No, I said you have 2 people on your channel
Oh,
now.
hello there, folks. Welcome to joining our channel here. We're just on the way to get an ice cream at the Big Moo in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Again, we had to take a road trip to Edmonton to exchange a electronic device that somehow was defective. Well, I'm just gonna, there's one more person there, so we gotta kind of explain what's going on. And I'm not talking about it, I'm not explaining what the device is. I'm just saying we had to exchange it. What's the harm in that? Any harm in that? No. So that's what we're doing, and we're just gonna head to Sylvan Lake, maybe see a nice sunset, maybe go for a walk along the beach, have an ice cream, and then come back home and relax. So just going out for a nice little drive here. Hey, did you guys hear about that event?
Yes, we did.
No, I'm not talking about that again. You're butting in there, buddy. You're thinking about, oh, the way you butt in there reminds me of a joke about UPS. Did you know that UPS and FedEx are joining forces? Look at these idiots. There's one for you, Viper 6. Look at that guy. Like, I'm purposely going kind of slow, but they don't have to cut you off like that. Just a bunch of yahoos. Yahoos in the park, as Premier of Ontario would say. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, look at that beautiful sky over there. That's getting pretty nice up there. So anyway, we're going to head out to Sylvan Lake, have an ice cream, and take a walk or maybe along the beach, and then head home. But, oh, here's a bunch of ducks. Look out. Look out, ducks. Look at them all. Oh, actually, they're geese. It's a bit of a slew there and a whole bunch of geese. I don't know why they call them Canadian geese, you know, because most of the time they're down there in the U.S., right? Isn't that the birds that Tom Hanks's character Sully hit when they were, was it in New York, around New York, and he had to land on the river? I think he hit some Canada geese. Now, they're no small little birds. You get that in an intake on a, I don't know, 737 or whatever, it probably would do a little bit of damage. If you hit a bunch of them, maybe. I guess they throw frozen turkeys in those turbine engines to test them, but man, if you hit a flock of them, then if you go through at the same time, I guess it can cause problems. I'm not an aviator, but that's what Tom Hanks told me. Ryan, you know who Tom Hanks is?
Yeah, I do.
Who is he?
Who's that guy?
What guy?
You know, the famous actor now?
What did he play? What were some of his famous roles? Yeah, well, that's because I just said that one.
That beach ball show, you know?
Beach ball show? What beach ball show? What are you talking about?
The volleyball stranded?
You mean Wilson? Wilson the volleyball?
Yeah.
So what's that show called?
I don't remember. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, for me anyway, guys my age, I think probably Tom Hanks is probably one of the most celebrated male actors of our generation. I love every one of his movies. There isn't a role that he's been in that I can't appreciate. But my all-time favorite movie that Tom Hanks starred in, guess what, right? You know it. I'm wearing the shirt right now.
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. That was one of my favorite all-time movies. I sometimes feel like Forrest Gump. I can relate to him so much. But I got this t-shirt at West Edmonton Mall. They got Is it a Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory there? Or Bubba Gump Shrimp Restaurant? They got a little
No,
gift.
it wasn't a restaurant.
It's a
It was
restaurant,
like a
dude.
gift shop and-
Now they got a gift shop, but right along the gift shop, they got the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
We never ate there, but we did go to the gift shop.
Yeah, it was a good gift shop.
It's a good gift shop, and that's where we got these shirts. Mine says "Run, Forrest, Run," and then it
Mine
says,
says that.
"Oh, here's the name of the place right there. It's called
Bubblegum Shrimp Co.
Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. Edmonton." But anyway, I like Forrest Gump, and you know, every once in a while, out of the blue, I get in the mood to watch him again. I don't know how many times I've watched that show, but I know it's all fiction. But I think Forrest Gump just kind of does it all and says it all for guys in my generation. He's been there and he done all that stuff, and he's more human than a lot of humans to me.
Your generation
I like him.
is boomers, so
What's wrong with boomers?
nothing.
Okay,
There's just a lot of memes.
yeah, a lot of memes from you young whippersnappers. What do you call your generation, Ryan? You're 10 years old. What do you call yourself?
iGen. We were
iGen. Oh yeah.
Mom called us iGens.
That makes sense. Hey, there's somebody there. Hey, DJ Matter. How you doing there?
DJ. Hello, DJ Matter.
DJ Matter. Everybody says hello to you, sir, or
We are all
madam.
related to you. Everyone's made up of matter.
That's the wrong kind of matter, Ryan.
Oh, is it the Mad Hatter?
You got a lisp. You're talking about matter,
No, it's
not matter.
It's matter.
It's DJ Matter, not DJ Matter.
What's matter then? Oh, matter? Like, I'm so madder than you.
Hey DJ, we're just on the way to get an ice cream at Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Where are you from? Yeah, we're up in Edmonton. It's a capital city here in Alberta, Canada, just to do some business at the local Best Buy. And we live about an hour from Edmonton, so we came back home, traveling on the highway here, and thought, you know what? It's too late to do anything else useful today, and it's too early to go to bed. So Midwest USA, so that'd be like Kansas, maybe Missouri. My grandpa was from Missouri. Fordland, Missouri was where he was born, I believe. Or Utica, Missouri? Fordland or Utica, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, you're in Ohio. Okay, sure, yeah. Cleveland, Ohio, that's a pretty famous place for automobiles. And you know where Parma is close to Cleveland, isn't it? Parma. I took a flight to Parma to pick up a used car once.
That's a lot. Was it a used plane?
No, it's my red Jeep Liberty. I bought it off of eBay and I flew to, I can't remember if I flew into Cleveland and then the guy who owned the car picked me up at Parma.
Just saying, I don't think cars can fly.
Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, that's a great city. Never been there, but a lot of shows based in Cincinnati. We grew up watching on the television here in Alberta.
Kelly?
On the telly. I can't remember the name of that one show. Cincinnati was in the title of the show and everything. What the heck was that? I can't remember exactly now. Cincinnati. What do you do down there for fun? I bet you fly drones.
If you go back to DJ Matter, you just go to this channel, right?
My wife and my son are my IT specialists. I'm just learning about all this jazz here. So I'm going to come back to your channel and check you out and see what's going on your channel. Sure appreciate you dropping in here for our boring little drive for an ice cream. We'd buy you one, but by the time we get it shipped down to Cincinnati, there
I think it would be melted.
it'd be kind of melted by then.
Yeah. Maybe we can give you like a nice, put it in a cup and give you a Slurpee. This is warm milk.
Warm milk for sure.
Yeah, that warm sugary milk.
Yeah, that's right.
It's basically what you're gonna be getting.
Oh, I know. I think was it Laverne and Shirley? Laverne and Shirley were out of Cincinnati, I think, that show. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go back to your channel and review some of your stuff there when we get home. Pay a visit on your channel there. How's things down there with the reopening and stuff? Seems like it's a real challenge in a lot of jurisdictions. Here in Alberta, they've opened up stage 2. My wife's a massage therapist, and they told her she can go back to work, and I think that was a couple of weeks ago now, and she went back to work for a couple of days full time, and she kind of re-injured an old injury on her shoulder, and so she's kind of gonna go back slowly and work her way back into it. So today she had, I think, just one customer in the morning, and then we went up to Edmonton to do some business, which is about an hour from where we live. But around here, I guess they got a spike again in coronavirus cases. So I think the government's kind of keeping an eye on things, and I'm sure it's been a heck of a year, eh? Everything's open down there now, eh? Full opening, eh? How's medical system holding up? A lot of places, I guess, are starting to see the same problems as New York or Italy when everything was full tilt there, full bore with virus cases. Hey, Kapom Kai K, how are you? Sawasdee krap.
พี่กระปอมสวัสดีค่ะน้องกระปอมวันนี้ he said beautiful beard hello
Thank you, my friend.
ขอบคุณครับ
DJ,
ไปกินไอติมค่ะ
we're a bilingual family here. My wife's from Thailand, so she speaks Thai and Lao. And of course, I speak some sort of version of English, I guess you'd call it. So we get quite a few people from Thailand on our channel, so she'll break in and speak Thai. So if you hear any funny sounds coming out of her mouth, you know what it is. She won't teach us any proper Thai language. All we hear, of course, is the swear words, right? So, and it's funny, in Thai, there's a lot of swear words for things that normally aren't, kind of innocuous. Like, for example, don't say anything, Ryan, but just a common garden vegetable is a word that you couldn't say in church or at your grandmother's house when you go for tea.
Can I talk
A
to
lot
your
of words
fan
like
in Thai?
that. Yeah, sure you can.
พี่กระปอมสบายดีค่ะน้องกระปอมสบายดีนะคะขอบคุณมากๆค่ะตอนนี้กำลังจะไปกินไอติมค่ะตอนนี้ประมาณ 20:30 ที่แคนาดาค่ะน้องกระปอม
Sawadee krap, tamarai krap, kapong kai kai. I'm gonna mess that up really bad. I always do. It's my wife's fault. That's what I say because she won't teach me proper Thai.
So you like blaming your wife?
I do. When you can't blame yourself, you gotta have someone to blame, Ryan. And when you won't accept it, we don't have a dog or a cat, so I gotta blame Mom.
And we gotta get a cat so you don't have to blame mom.
Yeah, DJ, I'm gonna go check out your website. You mean your channel? I'll start at your channel and then we'll investigate around there, see what's going on. I think I've probably seen some of your videos before, but right now I just can't recall. Sorry about that. I'll come and check you out. This guy DJ, this Thai fellow named Kapom, he's a musician and very prolific in his writing music, writing lyrics, and about 5 minutes, well maybe it was a little more than that, maybe in half an hour, At my wife's request, he wrote a song and played it and recorded it and sent it to her about her channel. She has her own YouTube channel, and he actually wrote 3 songs for her that she was able to use now on any of her videos that she produces. So he was very gracious and basically gifted those songs to her. So he's a really good guy, pretty neat character. But yeah, we'll come over and visit you later today when we get home. I'm gonna get this ice cream, and I'm just gonna come back and see what you're doing down there in Cincinnati. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're up here and had one guy earlier was on the channel here, and he was from Texas, and he said that he was up at Whitefish, Montana, some time ago, and he was quite surprised that we were still light. It was quite late at night here, so I don't know what time the sun sets down in Texas, but right here in Alberta, we're fairly northern latitude. So right now I think about 10 o'clock sun goes down. I'm not sure exact sunset time, but summer solstice, it's pretty much light, right? You can see the sky still kind of lit up around 11:30, but it's starting to go the other way now. But we'll have sunlight here till 10. Oh, it's dark there now, eh? In
ขอบคุณ
Cincinnati.
จ้าพี่กระปอม
Yeah, you guys are probably 3 or 4 hours earlier than us too, right?
Viper here
Hey, Viper, how's it going?
Yeah, Viper.
Yeah, no
calling for
problem.
him, right?
Nice to talk to you, man. We thought we'd go and do some checking out some of Edmonton's bad drivers today. So we got a few on tape. So we're gonna slowly build a compilation there, and we're gonna do a video in your honor, man. Take care. Yeah, that's right, Viper. You bet. And the downside to that is our days are nice and long in the summertime, but man, December 21st, that's a long night, isn't it? Too long. Cold and dark.
Viper is the man from Calgary.
That's right, yeah.
Hello Viper, I heard about you all the time. My husband, he talk about you a lot. He really like your channel.
1057, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, you're not too far off what we're at doing there either. Yeah, I guess we're not far off the 49th, and you're not far off the 49th. You're pretty much right on it there in Cincinnati, right? Right up against the Ontario-Canada border, pretty much.
You have same with me. I said, yeah, very long night in winter. I'm glad hubby like my channel.
Yeah, very, very entertaining, Viper.
I heard about a lot of bad people in Calgary, Viper. That's how I know about you. I thought the first time Viper is something like a smoking stuff, but no. He caught the bad guy on the driving, something like that, hey? DJ Matter said you should go to
Cincinnati.
here, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been there, but I once took a road trip across the northern states through North Dakota, well, Montana, Wyoming, or maybe not Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, Ohio, Parma, Ohio. But I went to, there's a school called Palmer Chiropractic College in, where the heck is that? I drove down there once because I was considering going to that school there. This was when I was a young kid. Okay, Viper, take care, man. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, there's too many. This is the bad road, this highway Queenie 2 for bad drivers, man. You want footage for bad drivers, this is the place to be. Take care, man. Yeah, anyway, I went down to the Palmer School of Chiropractic, and I think it's in Davenport, Iowa. So I drove all across the northern part of the States to get to Davenport to check out this school. I never did end up going to that school, but it was sure a nice road trip. I just went by myself, and I think I took 3 days to get to Davenport and checked out, it's kind of a neat town. It's like a river town. I don't know if they're, economically it was that great at that time. That was back in the mid to late 80s, probably late 80s, early 90s that I drove down there. It looked like we're having economic troubles there. And but I went on one of those river paddle wheels, which was really cool. It was like a casino, and I guess they didn't allow gambling back then, but on the river they could, and I'm not sure what the reason was. Maybe because it's a national waterway or something like that, so it didn't have the same regulations as the state did proper. So that was an interesting experience, and I drove through the hills there, where the presidents are on the rock there in North Dakota. What's that called? Mount Rushmore? Yeah, Mount Rushmore. So that was a really nice drive.
ขอบคุณค่ะน้องกระปอม said love tree. If you guys here in Mr. Pakpop channel, please don't forget to thumb up for him.
Yeah, DJ, tell me more about you. Yes, by all means. What do you got for us? DJ Matter, what do you got for us? Tell me more about you. Okay, we're just turning off of Highway 2 at Red Deer. This is the City of Red Deer interchange. And we're going to head west here about maybe 7 minutes to Sylvan Lake. Sylvan Lake is a real hot spot here for summer and winter fun, actually. It's one of the most popular lakes in central Alberta for sunbathing, boating. In winter, a lot of ice fishing, snowmobiling, things like that. So we're going to head out here and grab an ice cream. And hopefully we don't get run over by this guy. In the meantime, he's got himself a big Polaris of some sort. What's that, a side-by-side? He's a little bit crazy driver, this guy. And stinky. Those old trucks with carburetors, man, they need tune-ups. Surprising we can keep them on the road. I should talk. I got one. You're 13 and you make music? Are you serious? Nice. Yeah, I've got the DJ Mavic Mini too. That's a pretty nice little drone, eh? How do you like it? Tell me more about your music. What kind of music do you write, and what kind of instruments do you play? Are you a singer-songwriter, or just play music? Do you make your own music on the computer, GarageBand or whatever it's called? What's that program, right? GarageBand? You have Instagram. Okay. I have to check out your channel. My son Ryan, he's almost 11. He's here with us in the car. He likes fooling around with GarageBand on a computer, and he plays a little bit of piano. He took some piano lessons, and he's kind of into music too. We got a guitar, fools around with a bit. What kind of instruments do you play, or is it mostly on a computer that you're remixing stuff and making your own grooves and stuff like that?
Internet, not what he said.
Oh. Yeah, we're having some trouble with the internet connection here, I guess. But yeah, if you like, just tell us more. We're interested in music. We like music too. I'm not much of a musical talent myself, but Ryan, he likes to play music and make up his own songs. We fool around a lot in the car when we're driving. We'll make some kind of crazy song up when we're driving along. Do you have any? Hey DJ, do you have any of your flights recorded on YouTube or anything like that? We could go see what you're doing with your drone. I'm really interested in watching people's drone videos because I learn a lot just by watching other people, what they do, and 321 on Instagram. Okay, we'll do that. I'll get Ryan and check it out, see what you're up to there. Thanks for sharing, man. We'll check it out for sure. Are you on YouTube as well?
You hot or you cold?
I'm perfect.
Check out DJ Matter 321 on Instagram.
Dad just said that.
Yeah, what's the one the bottom says? It's on Soundation, and I make like dubstep. Do you know what that is, right? Dubstep? Dubstep? Do you know what that is?
Not really, but I know it's
Not yet. I'm working on one.
Oh, right on. Yeah, we just come back from a little bit of a road trip into the Rocky Mountains about 10 days ago or so we got back. And I took my DJ Mavic there and got a few flights in the mountains and over some beautiful lakes over there. So I'm kind of working on rendering out some videos to put on my YouTube channel. So you might want to check that out too. It's really some beautiful locations. But you know what? Wherever you are, there's some beautiful locations for taking photographs. That's what I'm amazed. You can look around and make a subject of just about anything and make an interesting video, right? Yeah, thanks, DJ.
น้องกระปอมใช่แบบมันเป็นที่อับสัญญาณประมาณนี้แต่ดีแล้วค่ะตอนเนี้ยดูท้องฟ้านะคะน้องกระปอม said the internet kind of like slow
Oh,
and
yeah?
then it's good now.
Okay. Yeah, we had a dead spot with the internet there between Red Deer and Sylvan Lake here. It seemed like there's a dead spot, so looks like it's pretty good now. Yeah, that's what I got too. I got the Fly More combo. I got mine, and second day I had it, I crashed it. So that wasn't cool.
Don't tell me about that.
I did, didn't I tell you about that?
Saw it.
But we have an interesting situation where we're at, DJ. We have an airport that's not too far from where we live, so we often hear. It's not a big airport. It's kind of like a small town airport, but it's Canada approved, so they can land jets there. We've seen jets go out of there, like medevac jets and stuff like that, fly out of there once in a while. But mostly it's just a small town airport. People have a few Cessnas and that kind of thing. There's one outfit there. They do. I think they fly in some air shows across the country. But they've got a couple World War II era training training planes. They're like 2-seater biplanes, so they get out there in the summertime every once in a while. On a weekend, we'll get a free air show. But because here's my point I was making. Sorry. Get my drone to take off from our yard, it wouldn't go. From the front yard, it's a no-fly zone, and the backyard we can get it up and go for a flight, but we edge into that no-fly zone and we got problems. Yeah, Cincinnati, I bet you they have a huge airport there, eh? What is it? Cincinnati CVG. Yeah. Cincinnati's a big city too, right? Several million people that live in there. We live in a small town. We got about 7,000 people where we live.
บายบายค่ะคุณกระปอม คุณกระปอม said bye bye he have to go
Okay, Kapom, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you again, my friend. Apkun krab. Chokti krab. So are you guys back in online classes or meetings with the teacher on Mondays?
no
And then they had interviews with the teacher on Monday. They'd have a group chat session and get a bunch of homework and stuff they had to do, and then they'd check in the following Monday, Ryan, or was it on Fridays?
Just every week.
Every week they checked in, make sure they were staying ahead on their homework and stuff like that.
Every day you have to just turn whatever you did.
Right? Yeah, homeschooled, eh? So you're normally homeschooled?
No.
No, DJ. He says I'm homeschooled. So even without
virus
okay,
you're gonna get strike
Oh, okay.
you can say virus but you cannot mention the name
Oh, okay. Well, what's the name? I don't want to say it.
just say
He's always gone to a public school or a separate school once a couple of years, but he misses the interaction with friends at school. You're homeschooled since second grade? That's good. My sister, she lives in Montreal, Canada, and she homeschooled her kids. She had 3 kids, and they're mostly all grown up now, but they were all homeschooled, and they really liked it, and they really turned out really well. The 2 older girls, they're in their 20s now. They all went to university, and they loved the homeschool environment. My sister liked having them at home, and they did a lot of activities, and every week they would meet with other kids that were homeschooled, and they would go on road trips or trips to the park for social interaction and whatnot. So it worked out really well for them. Ryan, he kind of misses his friends at school, but there's a lot of benefits from being homeschooled. There's a lot of bullying going on in schools, and I think when you're homeschooled, unless you've got a real bully for a brother or something, you don't have to worry about that sort of thing, so it's pretty good.
Ryan want to be homeschooled too
Ryan wants to be homeschooled.
but the mother not that smart to homeschool
Yeah, no, it's good. If you can stay and be homeschooled, then you get a more sense of family too, right?
and stay safe from
Look.
the public
DJ has 2 sisters and 3 brothers on both sides. Wow, good for you. Yeah, that's a big family.
so did you say DJ like 13-year-old
Yeah,
wow
13.
he's really good then
yeah,
he fly the drone too
yeah, that's what he says.
that's so awesome
Yeah, they're a fun little machine. Ryan had a drone which was more of a toy. It was one we bought from a place called The Source. I think it was The Source, right?
no Tantec
Tantec.
The source.
Was it The Source?
I bought from Tantec when
Okay.
he turned 6 years old something
Yeah, so
$179
yeah, $179, and it was more of a toy, right? There was no sensors on it, no GPS, nothing like that, and we hardly got much use out of it
Especially
before.
because my dad crashed it before I got to really try it out.
Yeah, I guess I did. I crashed it.
He flew it all the way up in the air.
Well, I didn't know anything about it, so it was kind of a windy day, and I thought, I'll try it today. I wasn't really much interested in drones or anything, and Ryan was flying around quite successfully in the yard, and he convinced me to give it a try. So I took it up, and the wind took it and blew it, I don't know, half a mile to the neighbor's place. We live in the country, so it went up and it was gone. So we had to run after it. And we knocked on the neighbor's door down the block and asked if they saw our drone fly by, and she said she didn't see it, but she let us go look in her yard there. So we looked around and we found it, but it was broken. But that was my first and last attempt at flying a drone until this year. Then I got the Mavic Mini and I really like it.
DJ said I'm saving up for $399.
Is that how much they are down there?
It's a US dollar, right? So for us, it's more money.
Yeah, that's true. I think I paid it closer to 550 bucks or something for mine. Yeah, I heard that they're about $400 in the States there. So you haven't bought your Mavic Mini yet. You're hoping to save up enough to get it, eh?
DJ said make sure you check out his Instagram and his website. Is he mean like a channel, YouTube channel on the web or the website? Like I saw the Instagram one, but I don't know what his website. You mean the website or the YouTube channel, DJ? Can you let us know?
Yeah, clarify that. Is DJ Matter, is that your YouTube channel? We certainly can. I'll check it out when we get home. We're going to have ice cream here in Sylvan, and we'll go home. And I'd like to kind of, anyone that comes to our channels, my wife's got a channel, I got a channel, and Ryan, our son, has a channel too. So if anyone comes and takes a visit and takes time out of their day to chat with us or to view us, we certainly like to repay the favor to anybody that's kind enough to visit us. So we will definitely check out things with you.
And we will follow you on Instagram too.
If I don't know, I have Instagram, but maybe it's time I check into some of those other social programs.
I have Twister.
It's not Twister, it's Twitter.
Twister. That's funny. Get a website and an Instagram and YouTube. Okay. Maybe we'll start off with the YouTube. There you go.
I want to
We'll check out your YouTube channel when we get home, and then we'll go from there, DJ.
Can you type down that your website, DJ? I saw your Instagram, so we can check out your Instagram, but your website that you want us to check out?
Oh, I know what it was. WKRP in Cincinnati. And now that I know you're 13, maybe you don't remember that show at all. But your parents probably would. Or your grandparents. I keep forgetting that I'm almost a grandparent now. So
You are a grandparent.
no, I'm not. I'm as old as one, but I'm not a grandparent yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a show back when I was a kid, probably about your age. It was called WKRP in Cincinnati. It was about a radio station in Cincinnati. Call numbers WKRP in Cincinnati. So I kind of remember that part, but I don't really remember too much of the show. I don't know if it was one of my shows that I watched back then. I like watching other shows like MASH. MASH was one of my favorite shows. Do you remember MASH?
He has a website on his Instagram bio. Okay. We check you out, but we go back to your YouTube channel first. You might see like a beep beep chicken as well. That's Don's wife. That's Mr. Bakpaw's wife.
That is you.
My wife's channel is Beep Beep Chicken on YouTube. And Ryan's is AELFM Productions on YouTube. So if you see any of those names come to your channel, you'll know who we are, or we'll reintroduce ourselves.
That guy, he doesn't worry about his safety. Eh?
No worries. So here we are at Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Very popular summer destination and winter destination. We've been out here lots in the winter too. Ice fishing, skating. They put a skating rink on the lake there when we in the wintertime. Cincinnati, it's got like a proper winter, doesn't it? It gets cold there too. Probably right now it's pretty hot. Is Cincinnati on one of the Great Lakes? It's Ohio.
Oh, you follow me already. Thank you so much, DJ. I will go back to you tonight as well. Thank you so much.
I think Cincinnati's on one of the Great Lakes, Lake Superior or Lake Michigan. I don't know.
Like
maybe Lake Michigan.
What the state though? Cincinnati.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close to Detroit, Michigan.
Oh.
Michigan and Ohio, I think, pretty close.
It's quite far away from us, though.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken.
August is the hottest.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's,
here
it's
is
probably
right.
it's probably humid in August. It's probably humid there now, right? You're pretty close to the Great Lakes. So I went to my uncle lived in Toronto when I was younger. Nowhere
Nowhere
close
to Key.
to
KY.
KY. Nowhere close to KY. My uncle used to live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. That's close to New York State, I guess. And we went to, because Niagara Falls there's a Canadian side in Ontario, and then there's the American side. I think it's New York State. And they're pretty close down there to Lake Ontario and the Great Lakes, so they're really hot and humid in the summer. I remember going to Toronto, and it was so muggy there. You couldn't even sleep at night. Here in Alberta, we usually have fairly warm summer days, but the evening is really cool. So
96
yeah, and
to
oh
97.
man, that's hot. That is hot.
How many Celsius?
That's about mid to upper 30s, isn't it? That's hot. 100 Fahrenheit is a hot day. That's
Wow, it's a big
like
line.
Thailand hot, right?
You're gonna wait? It's a big line up to outside.
Let's see.
What about we go drive to at AW?
We
Look
could
like
do that.
too big. I don't like too
Yeah, we want a social distance here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
big. Yeah, maybe just drive to is better. Eh?
Yeah. Man, I could use a little hot weather though. 96, 97 for a few days would feel really nice right now. We went to British Columbia for a vacation, and it rained pretty much every day. So we didn't get as much flight time in with the Mavic Mini. And since we got home, it's pretty much thunder and lightning every day. We have a few breaks. Like, it's cloudy, overcast. Today we didn't get any rain. Yesterday we got about 3 different times where it rained. So the ground is getting saturated, and it's when the sun does come out, it feels pretty muggy. So I don't know if we're anything close to. You're not anywhere near the Great Lakes. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have to look on the map, and I'm kind of at a loss here now. But you're Midwest though, right? So yeah, my grandparents were from Missouri. That's, I think, called Midwest there too. Midwest area. Cincinnati, nowhere near the Great Lakes, eh? Yeah, I've never been there. Well, Parma, Ohio, though. I've been there. Parma, I think, is Ohio. And that's close to Cleveland. Close to Cleveland, I think. Ryan's YouTube channel is AELFM Productions.
And his logo kind of like a green color.
No, it's not. I changed it to.
Maybe you can type it in there, Norm.
1 minute.
Yeah, Ryan is, he's really into animation. He likes animation, making little clips with, it's a Flip-It clip. And he's been fooling around with GarageBand, just kind of making different beats and adding his own voice and different weird sounds. Like the other day we used my old truck. I got this old Chevy truck, and it's got kind of different mufflers on it and stuff, so it makes kind of a rumbling noise with a cam in it. So he kind of recorded that, and thought we'd try and make some kind of beat out of that sound of that old truck. And then he adds vocals on and kind of makes his own songs. He likes fooling around with it. But mostly he likes to do animations.
FM Productions.
He's pretty good. Like if you've watched my wife's channel, Beep Beep Chicken, Ryan does the opening. What do you want to call that?
Intro.
The intro to her channel. The Beep Beep Chicken logo was all done by him, and the animation work. So he's really good, and he did some for my channel too. And I've used it quite a bit in my intros to some of my videos as well. So he likes that, and of course we're a little bit biased to how talented he is. We like to put his stuff on our videos too. We kind of got a family YouTube thing going here. I never thought I'd be a YouTuber or even have any interest in it, but because of this situation the last few months, we've kind of all been out of work because of that, and it's just been a really fun thing going out and making videos and posting them to YouTube. We've kind of kept us busy and not worrying too much about the economy or the troubles that the world's going through. So it just kind of kept us happier, I think, to do YouTube. So kind of really like it. Norm, can you? Oh, Ryan, you don't have any access to
Internet new.
internet. I wanted to just do a quick check on where Cincinnati's actually located.
Yeah.
But we haven't got a device. I just wanted to double check there where it was. But we'll check it out at home and then we'll contact you.
I wait for this.
So you want to go to Dairy Queen and get an ice cream then?
Yeah, it's better. This one
Was
is
there two?
big lineup.
Was there two moos open or just the one moo?
Go check another more.
Check the other moo. They got two ice cream shops here with the same name. One is Moo and one is Moo too.
I do one more loop.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. More Moo. One is Moo, one's more Moo.
Okay.
Yeah.
He follow you here, Brian DJ
Right on.
Matter. Thank you so much, DJ. We will go back to you and check out your channel as well.
Ryan will be happy. He's looking for more subscribers. So that's awesome. Thanks,
I
man.
have 69 subscribers now.
Yeah, Ryan's our IT guy. Like, we have so many problems. Like, I'm older, so I never had a computer when I was a kid or through high school. So, and I haven't had a PC for, I don't know how many years now. And finally got a new computer, and Ryan's the guy that I go to when I have any problems. He can figure out anything IT for us.
This one the Moo.
Is this Moo or Moo 2?
It's a Moo too. It doesn't look that busy.
You wanna go here
check
then? Okay, we can park here if you want.
Sure.
What do you mean your channel's not the greatest? Every channel is a work in progress, right? Don't put yourself down there. Every
Okay.
channel is a starting point. Mine too. I don't have a great channel. I don't even know what my niche is yet. I just kind of figure out I want to do something and I do it. And you do gaming too?
Can you put your window down?
Post like reviews and games. Yeah, that's cool.
That's Ryan.
look at Mr. Beast. He just started doing crazy stuff like counting to
You have my.
what do you count to, right? Mr. Beast.
To 10,000 or something.
I was wondering when
Yeah.
I noticed I switched.
That
You,
Mr. Beast, what did he do? He read every name in the phone book or something once. So I don't know. People who end up being great on the platform, they start off with
You want anything?
things they might look back and say, "What was I thinking?" Right? So I've heard that. Yeah, Mr. Beast, he's the best, eh?
Right?
I like him too.
You want anything?
And
One phone?
I remember hearing about Mr. Beast the first time. I wasn't really sure who he was, but I remember hearing in the news that some guy gave a hobo or homeless man $10,000. And over the last year or so, I've been watching Mr. Beast, and I recognize that must have been the story about him, right? And look at how his channel has just skyrocketed, right? It's kind of nice when you can make money like he does with his channel, with all of his promotions and subscribers and AdSense, whatever it is, however he makes his money, and that he can use it to promote himself but also to help other people. Pretty cool. Hey, you're probably got to go to bed, man. 11:15. Nice chatting with you. All the best. Maybe you'll be the next Mr. Beast in a couple years. People used to make fun of people gaming in the mom's basement till they're 30, but hey, there's Mr. Beast. He's super successful. It could happen to anybody. Just work hard, and I think the main thing is just enjoy what you're doing. Whether it's gaming or making music or flying a drone and posting videos, whatever you do, man, just enjoy it. That's the fun part of it. Have a great night. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess if you're homeschooled, but as long as your siblings don't rat you out that you're still awake. Well, hopefully Mom gets in there and gets us some ice cream, eh, Ryan?
I'm not having any.
Aren't you going to have an ice cream?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want one.
You don't want one?
No.
Well, I'll be darned.
You will? What does that even mean?
What do you mean? I'll be darned?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people say. Something people say.
Something people say.
Yeah, Sylvan Lake looks pretty busy here today.
Yawn, yawn.
No, I can't help you, DJ. We don't even know you, so we've had to choke up a bunch of money to buy our own kids something. So if that's what this boils down to, man, you're kind of barking up the wrong tree, I'm afraid. Sorry, buddy. There must be a way for people, 13-year-olds, to make some money, right? Sometimes when you have to work and save and put your dream a little bit further down the road, it means more to you when you're finally able to buy it on your own. If you really want something, you set your mind towards the goal and you make it happen. And then you'll really get a true sense of value for what you get in life. And you'll develop your character. And you'll really, really be proud of yourself if you can do it on your own. It's called character, my friend. Character building. Oh yeah, $500, yeah. I'm surprised that the Flymore is 500. Because I think here the basic one was 500. Flymore, I can't remember. Flymore is another $100, I think. Yeah, it sounds right there, eh? Yeah. What's the regulations down there as far as piloting? There's not a minimum age for piloting the Mavic Mini, is it? Here in Canada, you don't have to register the Mavic Mini because it's 1 gram under the threshold where you have to register it. If your drone was 250 grams or higher, you have to register with Nav Canada, and you have to get a registration number put on the drone itself. And you have to have a pilot's license and everything. So, because it's 249 grams and not 250, you don't have to register it. It's not really a true drone in the sense. It's probably the same down in the States, because I think Canada probably adopts a lot of the rules and regulations from the Americans. That's right, yeah. We've got a ceiling of 400 feet here in Canada, and the rule is, yeah, it has to be in your line of sight at all times. That means you can't take off around a tree even, or behind a building. You have to have it in your line of sight at all times. Yeah, I think what happens is we adopt a lot of regulations that the Americans have, just like with air traffic in general, right? Yeah, for sure. So are you interested in aviation in general? Like when you are older, you think about getting a pilot's license and learning to fly an aircraft, or are you just kind of interested in droning right now? If I was younger, that's probably what I would do. I would probably, if I had the time and the money and I was younger, I would probably want to fly. Ryan and I, last year or the year before, we went to Wetaskiwin, and they have basically a train, plane, and automobile museum there. They've got everything related to machinery, cars, trucks, planes, motorbikes, farm equipment, all that stuff, steam engines, backhoes, track hose, you name it, they've got it there at this museum. And they've got a landing strip there. The Wetaskiwin Airport is there. And they have a biplane. It's a 1940s vintage biplane. And it's a front and back cockpit. So the pilot sits behind the passengers. So we went up in that. So much fun. The engine on it just sounds so cool. It's, you know, how some of these old biplanes sound. And we got up there, and just an amazing flight over the countryside when the canola fields are all yellow and everything is kind of checkerboard up here in Canada. For at least where we live, it's all farmland around the cities and towns here. So just a beautiful flight. I kind of wish that I was a pilot and had more aviation experience. I don't mind flying in small planes, or it's a lot of fun when we take a trip in the jets too, going overseas. My wife's from Thailand, so every once in a while we'll go over there. Yeah, right on. Yeah. So you're into photography and videography. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I found that when you start to take pictures or do anything in a creative way, that it just kind of changes the way your brain starts to function, eh? Yeah, I bet you there's lots of really awesome places to go and visit in Cincinnati and photograph. A lot of history there too, right? Yeah, it's so much fun to take a subject and tell a story about it. Yeah, that's really awesome. What is Cincinnati? The flood in 2016. What river goes through Cincinnati? Is that the Missouri? Thank you. I just got myself ice cream my wife got for me. It's got maple walnut on the bottom and tiger on the top. So I'm gonna start licking this thing. The Ohio River, okay. I wonder if that Ohio River runs into the Missouri. That's a huge watershed, that Missouri River. It drains a lot of the Midwest there. Down into the Gulf of Mexico, I think, eh? There'd be a lot of good opportunities for running your drone around any kind of water, like the Ohio River. Wow, 7 to 8 feet of flooding. Wow. Yeah, here in Alberta, the last few years we've had a lot of problems with natural disasters too. The last couple of years ago, we had a lot of forest fires in BC and in Alberta. We had one town in northern Alberta. Basically, it torched the whole city. That's a city of maybe over 50,000 people, I think, and it basically burned 60% of the town down. And then we had major flooding in one of our large cities in Alberta called Calgary. The Bow River flooded, and there's a lot of low-lying areas there. You're gonna move to Florida? That'd be quite a change.
I done my live stream.
Okay.
How many
Never been to Florida. Oh yeah. No kidding, eh? Yeah. What about New Orleans? That was a pretty tremendous event there. I don't know, a lot of these places, I don't think they recover. It's kind of like Pompeii, or an event like that where a city is just eventually gone. You get a natural disaster in such a scale. People decide, hey, you know what? I don't know if those levees are going to hold forever. Maybe it's time to move to higher ground. But I was really sad about places like that, because there again, so much history in Louisiana, right? And then you get the city totally destroyed. Or even New York, didn't they get some flooding a few years ago too? Big time. And of course the 9/11 thing and all that. Things like that they're once in a lifetime events, but man, it seems like we're seeing a lot of them in our lifetime. That guy's got kind of loud mufflers. Thanks for the ice cream, by the way.
You're welcome.
Can you go to DJ Matter's site, see what it looks like? We're going to go to your site right now. Norm's got she was running a live stream too. So she's freed up her phone here. We'll just check out your website here before you go. Oh, there we go.
Did he have a 5 subscriber?
You have 5 subscribers? Looks like. Is that the right one? Because sometimes DJ Matter, 5 subscribers. What's the first video we got there for him? Newer DMX cables 10-pack from Amazon. Are they good? Did you do a review on Newer product there? I've heard that name before, Newer. I wonder if that's a exclusive Amazon product. They got quite a bit of stuff. I saw somebody do a product review with a newer brand name on it.
I want to check. I have some.
And I think they got it from Amazon too. That's you?
Cook away.
Oh wow.
It's okay. Average.
Well, have you guys got your ice creams? Yours is gone, Ryan? Let's go for a little drive around Sylvan and we'll go home, eh? Mine ice cream I can drive now. I'm sure my viewers aren't happy just sitting here looking at, what is it? The Nomad Shop. John Electric.
Another 2 people there.
Surfing. I don't know. Surfing and the Spy Plus. What is it? This is the side of the new place, right? All right. Let's back up here. What video are you watching? It's one where you're reviewing a newer brand cables. Is that you? N-E-W. How do you spell newer, right? You're reviewing some product from Amazon. Cables.
Is that his channel kind like green logo? Like
Just
DJ?
put it in front of the camera there and see.
Okay.
Do a shout out there. Can you see it? Pull over here for a minute. See if this is your channel.
Because it's too close, right?
I'll pull this up for a minute. Well, the phone's getting hot too. Yeah, maybe they can show it there. Is that it? It's not focused. Back up a bit, Norm. Back up a bit. There, anybody else watching, check out DJ Matters.
Is that your channel, DJ?
Is that it? Newer DMX cables 10 pack from Amazon. Are they good? One view 4 days ago. Is that your channel? Oh, I'm gonna eat the rest of my ice cream before it melts.
Yeah,
Okay, right on. Yep. We got you on there then. Thank you very much.
I will subscribe. I will go see you now.
Well, I'll subscribe.
Number 6.
I'll subscribe to you too as soon as I get home here.
Oh, you can't say that. You have to. I go check you out, something like that.
Okay. I'm gonna go check you out and then I'm gonna subscribe.
You cannot say that word.
Why not?
Live. You're gonna get strike.
Okay, I won't say that word. I'm not gonna say that word, but that's what I'm gonna do. Check out.
I
Come
number
visit ya.
I number 6. Thank you so much, whoever hiding there. Another 2 people there. Thank you so much. Called watching, but did not show the text.
Oh, they got a new restaurant here. It's called Son of a Beach. Isn't that a
Really?
weird name? Yeah. Son of a Beach.
Lucky not I'm reading, hey?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce too good.
Yeah, and my wife would get that one wrong for sure.
That was a pretty good name for this place.
What night is it tonight? It's a Tuesday night?
Yeah, Tuesday night. It's quite busy, right? Even
It
though
is,
it's
yeah.
but it's beautiful day today. It's no rain, whatever.
Yeah, people are cooped up too long. They want to get out.
I watching the Newer DMX cable 10 pack from Amazon. Are they good?
So, is it good or not?
Excited.
We have to watch the video to find out if it's good or not. DJ's not going to tell us. You have to watch the video.
Yeah, we'll follow, and I also ring the bell now so I can, whenever
Notifications
you
are
have a
on.
new video, you go. Can you go kind like to my channel and also make a comments? I will pin your comments so all my friends can find you. I have 1,000 followers and I have a lot of good friends that can be your friends too. If you're interested, you can leave a comments, anything, and yeah, I will pin your comments. Okay, I have to deal with my thing here. What is it?
Cream punch buggy, no return.
No pan buggy on the live stream. It's illegal.
That's not true. Ryan, is that true? If you punch buggy somebody, you're gonna lose your monetization?
That is completely untrue.
What a liar.
Cannot pan buggy your wife when you on like a live stream or whatever.
What a liar. I'm gonna look for another punch buggy and hit you even harder next time. Okay, well you got us. We're gonna follow you, DJ. We'll I think we made a friend here tonight, so we'll check you out. Keep contact, and we'll see how you do. I'd like to see you get your Mavic Mini and then see what you can do with it, and you post your videos up on the internet. Have you seen any of my drone videos on the internet? On YouTube? I've done a few, but there's one guy that's really good. You should check him out. I don't know if you ever heard of the guy. Is on YouTube. His name's Fran Duncan. He's from Ireland, and he does pretty amazing work. He started off with the Mavic Mini, and recently he switched to the Mavic 2 Pro, I think it is. And it's got some pretty amazing range with it. And of course, in Ireland, they've got so much coastline, and all of his videos are just spectacular. Yeah, if you've seen him, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, check him out. The last one he had, just amazing. There's a beach it's called 40-foot Beach or something in Ireland there. It's a kind of a suburb of, was it Glasgow or one of the big cities in Ireland there anyway. Sorry, can't recall which one it was, but there's a small little beach there, and there were guys jumping into the water. It's kind of a really rocky shore, basically a big rock, and the water comes right up to the big rock. No sand or anything, and it's pretty amazing. Mavic Mini, how many inches? It's I'm guessing it's maybe, how long would it be?
It's about my phone.
Yeah, it's not very big. Like basically it's as big as my hand, the whole thing, when it's all folded up. We were in Best Buy today, and they had some Mavic 2s there. I just had a kind of a look at, and they're probably twice or three times the size of the Mavic Mini. And the props are a lot bigger, but they're pretty hefty drone. But the Mavic Mini is really tiny. Yeah, basically I can hold it in the palm of my hand. Well, not the palm, the outstretched hand. So it's a pretty cool little machine.
Fun to bag. I would say about
I gotta
5
turn around
inch.
here.
Hey, honey?
No, it's not 5 inches. The body on it's probably about like that. What is that? 7 inches?
Yeah.
6.5, 7 inches?
Yeah. It's
They
not
probably got
big.
the specs on their website, eh? But it's quite surprising when you open the arms on it. It does spread out quite big. And then if you do fly it with the prop guards on, which come with Fly More combo, then it looks really quite massive. But I've never flown it with them on. I put them on once when I first got it, and nobody seems to put them on. And I think the weight of it goes up from there too when you put those on. I'm not sure if it would be still under the 249 grams, so it might put you into a different category as far as having to register it, like to be totally legal. But I'm really happy with it. I had a couple problems. Like, I should tell you about that crash. What happened was, it was kind of a windy day, and I think I had taken off from the backyard where I could, and then I kind of flew it closer into the front yard, and I was trying to film some of our garden and our trees and the grass and that kind of thing, just kind of in a low flight pattern. It was maybe maximum 10 feet off the ground, so it wasn't a big problem. But then the thing, it ran low on the battery, and then the return to home indicator sounded, and the thing started to fly up, right? And so I didn't know what was going to happen because it was windy. That's why I kind of did it wanted to keep it down low. But when it started to rise up, I panicked, and I pushed the 2 control sticks down and in, which cuts the engines, and then it just crashed from that point, right? But I thought it would fly away if it went to the return to home altitude. I can't even remember what that was set at, but maybe 80 or 90 feet, it probably would have taken off, and so it was a bit of a issue. But when I cut the engines, it crashed into the side of my camper, and I wrecked a couple of the props, so I had to replace the props, which again come in the Flymore combo, so I haven't had to get any new props. I probably should to get some backups, but changed the props out on it, and haven't had any issues at all. So, okay, so your uncle has a Mavic 2 Pro, and your other uncle has a DJI Phantom. Okay, the Phantom is like a real professional model, right? Is that the one that, Trainer Tips, that guy? Trainer Tips, what's his name, Ryan?
Trainer Tips.
What's the guy's name, though? Nick from Trainer Tips. I think he has one of those, the Phantoms. I've been kind of watching, I haven't watched him for a long time, but when he was first started out with that Pokemon channel, Trainer Tips, watched a lot of his videos, and he really did a nice job filming down there in Southern California at the wharf or Long Beach or wherever he's at. Pretty nice footage that he can do with that drone. I think ultimately I'd like to get a more professional one, but I think starting out for even a guy like me, I think the Mavic Mini was the way to go, because you don't have to register, you don't need the pilot's license and all that. So for anyone starting out, I'm not an expert at it, but I would sure recommend it. I don't regret getting the Mavic Mini. And the camera quality, it's a 2.7, I think, versus the 4K. But when I review some of my footage on the new computer I got, it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. So even at 2.7, it is really, really nice picture. So I think it's a really good drone. And like I said, I'd probably, in the future, if I'm still enjoying it, I probably would look at maybe getting the educational thing done and getting a pilot's license and getting a bigger drone. The only problem is there seems to be that the legislation everywhere is kind of cramping down on it. There's a public I don't know, general public doesn't seem to like drones for some reason. But man, they're sure a beautiful tool for taking just awesome photographs. Even just having that platform where you can use it like a dolly, right? Just like in a Hollywood movie where they have to set up the tracks and run a sled down there with a camera on it. Man, you just run your drone sideways, you get the shot right there, and you're done. So it's such a useful tool. Like doing the droning shots, the Mavic Mini, it's got the pre-programmed shots in it, right? Do we have any good singers in our family? Oh, well, I don't know about that. Ryan, am I a good singer? Be honest. No, I guess we don't then. Unless, do you think you're a good singer, Ryan? Definitely not. So, no, I guess we don't have any good singers. I have a brother-in-law who's a good piano player.
I'm an okay piano player.
Ryan's a pretty good piano player. My brother-in-law, he's a professor of music at a big university in Montreal, in Canada. So he's a pretty talented guy. But I have to say, when I'm in the shower and I start belting out a song, I think I sound pretty good. But No one in my family agrees.
Well, that just means you like to.
You need some vocals for your new song. Well, what about you? Are you a good singer? Well, that's different. Just wondering. No, that wouldn't work. Well, guys, what do you figure? Should we head home? Looks like the sun's down. Not much of a
Yeah.
sunset tonight. We kind of toured around Sylvan Lake a little bit here. So maybe we'll fly into Red Deer and then onward to home, eh? What are we gonna do tomorrow?
Not sure.
You working tomorrow, Norm?
No.
No, we got about
Are you,
no, we got about 40-minute drive to go home.
50?
50-minute drive to go home. This Alberta is kind of a, it's a big province, square meter or square kilometer wise, or square mile wise, but we're kind of a small population. I think there's about 4 million people in Alberta, this province that we live, and most of the population are in the two bigger cities, Edmonton and Calgary. So the town that we come from is only about 7,000 people. This town we're in now, Sylvan Lake, is about maybe 10,000 people. And Red Deer is kind of the biggest city in central Alberta, which we're a part of. And there's about 90,000 people there. So we got to go through Red Deer. We got to go east to Red Deer, and then we're north of probably another half an hour yet. So Red Deer and Sylvan Lake are pretty close, about maybe 8-10 minutes away. So 11:49 there. What time is it here? What time is it here? I guess you're about 2 hours ahead of us there in Ohio. So what else do you do for fun out there in Ohio in the summertime? You into skateboarding or biking, BMX, motocross? Probably sports, probably like watching baseball on TV. We're going to the games. Cincinnati, what's the baseball team down there? Cincinnati Cardinals? Cincinnati... I'm really bad with sports. I'm going to say Cincinnati Clippers. That doesn't make any sense. Cincinnati... I don't know. You'll have to educate me on that. Reds? Is it Redskins? Is that the name of them? There's all sorts of changes in names now that are considered maybe not politically correct anymore, eh? We're kind of in a strange time that way. A lot of teams have had names that become politically incorrect, so they've got to... Look at that guy. He didn't want to wait for us, did he?
No.
They had to... Like Chicago Blackhawks, I'm not sure if they have to change there. That's a hockey team, right? Cincinnati Reds, okay. So that's after a name change, is it? Or is that what they've always been? That's in the National Baseball League? What do they call it? The National Baseball League, right?
Ryan.
What's the baseball league in the U.S. is called? Major League Baseball, MLB, Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball.
Yeah, that's right. That's still the biggest game in the U.S., eh? Baseball. Followed by American football, as they say in England. We call it football here, but the Brits, they like to call it American football because they already got something called football, which we call soccer, is such a strange world.
It's a
It's a very, very strange world. The Cincinnati Reds, okay. And how are they playing this year? Is it baseball back in season there now? Because for a while there they had games, but they didn't have any spectators. Yeah, I've never been to a Major League Baseball game. Never. Never.
Just like because you never been to one.
Yeah, if we were into baseball, you'd probably would have gone by now, eh? Ryan, he played baseball last year. They've got like Little League Baseball in town, so he played baseball for a couple of seasons, but this year he had him signed up, and then of course they had to cancel anything that he had groups of 25 or more, so they canceled baseball, so he didn't get to play baseball this year. FC Cincinnati soccer team. Okay. So what are your favorite sports? We always fascinated by there's so many big cities in the U.S. and so many sports fans. It's always been overwhelming to watch even college town football or baseball. It draws such huge crowds. I think a college town football game down in the U.S. probably draws more than a CFL game here in Canada. Tens of thousands of people for a college football game. It's pretty amazing to me how big of fans the United States citizens are. The Americans, our good neighbors to the south. Yeah, my grandpa, he was born in Missouri, and him and his family, they were farmers in Missouri, and they decided to move to Canada back in, I think before the 1920s, sometime in there. I think my grandpa was about 5 years old when he came to Canada. They started farming here in central Alberta, and our family's been here ever since. But my grandpa was, before he passed away, he was American. Well, he's always been an American citizen, but they never recognized him as such, and they used to go down to Arizona. They would winter down there, and then come back to Canada in the springtime when he retired. But he had to prove that he was born in America so he could get his citizenship. And my dad, before he passed away, was able to get his American citizenship. So my dad was American, my grandpa was American. Let's see, DJ plays baseball this year. Just won the championship Monday and had a pool party. Right on. Good for you. Congratulations. I lived down in California for a little while. I finished high school and then I went back to school in a city close to San Francisco. So I lived down in that Bay Area for maybe it was like four or 5 months. And I really liked it down in the Bay Area. Just so nice. San Francisco is such a beautiful place. And I've always been fascinated with California. You know, the redwoods, the Sequoia National Forest there, and the ocean, of course. I just love the ocean. So there's a lot of places in USA I've never visited, but been to a lot of places on the West Coast area, you know, like Oregon, California, been to Nevada, Went to Las Vegas a few times. And Montana is just below our province, so I've been to Montana several times. And Idaho. Idaho is just below British Columbia, so we usually go Montana and Idaho and Washington State as well when we go to the States for like a road trip or something. So yeah, I really like the States. There's so many great places to visit there. It's a big country and most of it's nice and warm compared to Canada. You guys get snow in Cincinnati though, right? Like Chicago gets a lot of snow. In Chicago, Illinois. No, Parma, Ohio, I think is close to Chicago, isn't it? I drove through Chicago when I got that car in Parma. I think it's pretty close to Chicago. Yeah. And Chicago's on, it's right on one of the Great Lakes there. I think. Maybe I'm confused. I'm often confused at my age. I'm old. But I really like the States. I think it's a great country. You know, they always talk about the Americans are so proud. Well, you know, they got a right to be proud. It's a great country. It's you know, the way it was founded, the premise on which America was founded, and that's a cornerstone of freedom and democracy, right? And all the things that we cherish in the West. So I love the United States. I think great country full of great folks. I like to go down there and visit whenever I can. Hopefully they'll open the border up again and we can come down there and visit our friends to the south again. After all, I'm kind of American myself. And even if I wasn't part American, I'm still North American. So.
Skyline night, all the light there, eh?
Yeah. So here we are driving into Red Deer now. That's a small city in central Alberta. Kind of I guess you'd say the major city in central Alberta. I went to school here. I went to grade 12 here in Red Deer. That's a long time ago when I graduated. The city's probably at least doubled, maybe tripled since I went to school here. I remember the sign, it used to say 39,000 people. And I think now it's over 100,000 people here. But it's still got a small town feel. It's got the Red Deer River running through it, and they've got a lot of trails. In Canada, we call states provinces because of the British influence. So what you call a state there, we call a province, and our province is called Alberta. There's, I think, how many provinces in Canada, Ryan? 10? 10 provinces and 3 territories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec. And then there's what they call the Maritime provinces, just north of Maine. I guess Maine would be just south of our eastern provinces. They got PEI, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland and Labrador, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. And then way up north, up by Alaska, we got Yukon Territory, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. We do get tornadoes here, actually, yeah. We don't get them as often as they do in the Midwest there. I know, like, you know, Kansas is pretty famous, I think, according to Dorothy and Toto. But we've had some deadly tornadoes come through Alberta for sure. I remember I was working in Edmonton in 1987. I think they had a big one that went through Edmonton and it killed several people and destroyed a lot of property. And there was another one at Pine Lake, which is close to Red Deer here, and it was a really bad tornado too. But they seem to hit trailer parks and mobile home parks for some reason, or camper parks, like camper, what do you want to call it, RV parks, because maybe because they're not tied down, right? These mobile homes, some of them aren't built that strong, or they don't anchor them down, and they tend to lift off and go for a ride. But yeah, I've only ever experienced that one myself in Edmonton. My mom was actually camping at Pine Lake when the Pine Lake tornado happened, and they were across the lake at a campground that wasn't hit, but just across the lake, maybe 5 or 10 miles, they really got hit bad at another campsite. You guys get any in Ohio there? Seems like every place has got its disasters or the risk of disaster of some kind or another. Last tornado we had this year.
Look like it's getting cold, eh?
Yeah, storm cell had 16 tornadoes. Holy smokes!
What?
Rare storm. 16 tornadoes coming at one storm cell there, he's saying.
Wow.
Incredible.
Where he lived?
The Midwest. Do you remember the story of Dorothy and Toto? Is it the Wizard of Oz? Ryan, is that the story?
Dorothy and Toto.
Yeah, Dorothy and Toto.
I don't know. Dorothy.
Like they get swept up by a tornado.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Do you remember that story?
Yeah. The Wizard of Oz.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that was down there in Kansas. I think that's where Dorothy and Toto were from, and Kansas gets a lot of tornadoes. Yeah, pretty extreme weather.
Is Toto the dog?
Yeah, Toto's the dog, right?
Oh.
Dorothy's the little girl.
Oh, I
Yeah, and doesn't she get picked up by the storm or the tornado, and then they blow off to the wizard? And they go to the... Yeah, and she meets those characters, the lion and the Tin Man, and they go see the wizard. I think so. This year, since we got back from our road trip, we've had a lot of thunderstorms, thunder and lightning. It's been great days for listening to AC/DC at home because of all the thunder. Whoa, 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 whoa. So we've enjoyed that. Actually, we've kind of gone out a few times just to try and record some of the lightning and stuff. Got a few good lightning videos.
Waving her hand at me for some reason.
So I kind of like the thunder and lightning, as long as they don't get hit by it. I knew a guy who got hit by lightning in his car. He's a guy I knew. He's a doctor at one of the hospitals in our town. And he was driving his car, and the car got hit by lightning. So that's the first person I knew that ever got hit by lightning. But I wouldn't want to try it. I'm afraid of our electric fence. We had electric fence to keep the deer out of our garden. I don't like touching that. It's kind of a shocking experience. No pun intended. What does he say here, Norm? First tornado since 1979. Wow.
I can read from here.
Okay.
I will watch you and read from here.
Okay. Wow, so it doesn't happen that often there then. Yeah, even the town we live
just
in.
said that storm that was what rare. It had a 9 MI hook.
A 9 MI
Look
what?
it up. Mile hook. Look it up.
Look it up, okay. What is it? It had a 9 what?
MI.
9 mile hook?
It up.
9 mile hook, is that what it says?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having trouble reading in there. 9 mile hook. Okay, we'll have to check it out. So are your family from Cincinnati? Like you guys born and raised there? Your mom and dad, parents, grandparents and all that live around there or grew up around there?
I'm from KY Maida. He said, I'm from KY Maida.
Kentucky is Maida. That mean Kentucky?
KYMYDA.
I'm not sure I understand, but usually the states, the first letter of the state and the last letter make up the acronym, if that's what you want to call it, right? Like Hawaii is HI, California is CA, Montana is, I think Montana is MT though. And Idaho, I don't know.
You want to
It's
watch a
confusing.
windshield?
Yeah, maybe I will. Yeah, sorry, we're not quite sure what you mean by the KY. If it's Kentucky,
What is
that
that
kind of makes
for?
sense for me, but like the state.
Oh, I don't know.
What's he say there? His dad was from Kentucky. And
First dad.
second was from Ohio. Oh, okay. Your first dad was from Kentucky. Now, Kentucky, that's not... where is Kentucky? Is that Midwest, too? It must be like a more southern state, right?
Kentucky, that where they have like a chicken.
That's where they make... I think Kentucky
KFC.
and Tennessee... Yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's got to be south, right? Tennessee,
I'm gonna
Kentucky.
have to speak to your manager.
I'm going to have to find out. Some of those states I'm not that familiar with.
He said, yep.
Oh, okay. Kind of like north of Louisiana, maybe the next state up from Louisiana, something like that. Arkansas, Kentucky, kind of in the Ozark area there. Maybe, who did we know? We knew somebody from North Carolina. I think that's close over there too. Maybe east of Kentucky or something. It's more North Carolina, I think, borders onto the Atlantic Ocean. Some of those Midwest states or southern states, I don't really know exactly. Yeah, KFC, M&Ms. They make M&Ms there and KFC. So you lived in Kentucky. You were born in Kentucky, and then you moved to Ohio. Then, is that right? In Kentucky, they got like a strong accent, southern kind of accent, or at least that's what I gather from the TV shows I watched. The only way I know any accents is from TV. Like I think Canadians, at least on the, our side of Canada, the west side, we sound a lot like I think other West Coast Americans, like Californians and Oregoners and people from Washington State. I think we sound the same because we, at least for me anyway, I grew up watching American TV, and I don't notice anything different about the way Californians talk, except the so-called Valley Girls, where it's hey, so like and then she said, and like I said, and unless they're talking about that, but just regular people, I think we sound quite a bit like Californians, but maybe it's just my ear. But you can tell people when they're from Texas.
He said, I lived
talk
in
different.
Kentucky till I was 3, then moved to Ohio.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you don't have probably too much memory from Kentucky. And where is Nashville's capital of Tennessee, or maybe not capital, but Nashville's in Tennessee. So Kentucky's probably bordering onto Tennessee somewhere there.
How far is Ohio from us?
It's probably a 3-day drive.
Really?
Yeah. You got Illinois and Ohio. They're, I think, bordering states. I think they are close together. You got Michigan. Michigan is kind of bordering on Canada. You got Michigan, Ohio, North Dakota, Montana.
He said...
Oregon and Washington. Oh, Washington State, but not Oregon. Oregon's below Washington State.
He said Upper Cincinnati is Owen for Boom Boom.
What's that?
I don't know.
Huh? Let me see.
What's boom boom?
Explosion.
Explosion?
Explosive.
Poop. I don't know.
Boom Boom. B-O-O-M-B
As in
O-M.
explosion.
Maybe it means like silos for.
Explosive.
Well, they have a lot of back in the Cold War. They had a lot of silos in the Midwest, I think, where they had the intercontinental ballistic missiles.
A lot of boom booms in the.
Because they decommissioned a lot of those silos, and I see on the internet
Gunshot.
gunshots.
Gunshot.
Oh, you mean like it's a really rough part of town? A lot of crime and stuff like that. Is that what you mean? Yeah, we're pretty fortunate where we live. There's not a lot of serious.
Boom Boom.
Yeah, not a lot of serious boom boom. What
The
can
only
you say?
serious boom boom there is if someone just boom boomed their pants.
Or boom boom their pants, or fireworks,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, every day he said.
oh, that's sad situation.
That's no good, hey?
Yeah, we've got a lot of places in Canada where it's kind of dangerous too, but we're pretty fortunate. We live it's still pretty small town that we don't have a lot of serious crime. We don't have a lot of murders. We don't have not a lot of any crime where we live, really. We're kind of fortunate that way. We get a lot of B&Es and stuff like that. People are been desperate with the economy the way it's been. You get a lot of B&Es, and I think there's a big problem probably in the States. You know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of thing, right? So a lot of people, they get down on their luck, or
ฝนตก
they
มี
just
ฝนมาครับ
they just start doing drugs, and they have to feed those addictions, and sometimes that can lead to property crimes and
DJ
all
said
sorts of terrible things. So
Kapom said he come back again. It's raining there.
raining in Thailand.
Yeah, and he said it's look like dark now. And DJ said I live on the bed street. It's 12:13 a.m. here. Oh, it's midnight there, DJ. Bedtime.
What time is
DJ.
it here? 10 o'clock? He says he doesn't go to sleep till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if we should close off this live stream. It's getting kind of dark here.
Yeah.
Hey DJ, it's been a real pleasure meeting you and chatting with you tonight. I think we're going to end the live stream here. It's getting kind of dark, and we're getting pretty close to home here, so I think we'll end this off. And thank you for joining us here. Kind of nice to get to know you. We'll get back to your channel and check things out there, and hopefully we can keep in contact, support each other, eh?
Hopefully we can follow you on Instagram. And
We'll have
he
to.
said no, he don't want you to go.
Who?
DJ.
Why?
He said no.
I mean, no, you don't want us to follow you?
Don't want us to leave. He doesn't want you
Yeah.
to end the live stream yet.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
still talking.
we can
Yeah,
keep it
he's
going for a bit, I
lonely,
guess.
I think. Yeah, he wants someone to talk to.
อ๋อกินข้าวเที่ยงเนาะพี่กระปอม พี่กระปอม said he going to have lunch now. It's 11 o'clock in Thailand in the
Okay.
morning.
11 a.m. for him.
Wednesday.
Okay.
As it's Tuesday, right, DJ? Look like DJ midnight, and we only 10 o'clock. So
2
we're
hours
not
difference
that,
there,
yeah,
yeah.
we're not that far.
I thought it'd be 3 or 4 hours difference, but if it's Midwest, maybe it's not that much different.
DJ said, "Do you have Xbox?"
No, I have a Nintendo Switch.
He had Nintendo
Brian's
Switch.
got the Nintendo, I guess.
I'm a Nintendo boy.
He's a
But-
Nintendo guy.
But our friend, he created the Xbox 36, right? The program, Landy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Norm has a friend whose husband worked for a developer, a software developer, game developer. He used to work in Edmonton, and he made all sorts of games, like NHL, '97.
Wait.
That's kind of series. What else did he
Does he
make?
work on the hockey stuff and stuff?
Randy? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, like
he created.
FIFA?
He had created. I'm
The
not sure what
Xbox
FIFA.
36. That's his
360 one.
360.
Yeah, they developed a lot of games. There was a gaming developer in Edmonton, and he worked in Edmonton, and it was I think that company was sold, but they had ESP Sports. Was it ESP Sports?
And he, yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And now he kind of like launched the new game for
He's
his
launching his own
yeah,
game
his own
company.
Yeah. His own
Is it
for
ESN
free.
Sports? I can't remember now, but they did all the NHL hockey games and a lot of different games that before when they were, you bought the game in the store, and now they've kind of transitioned to online games and you sign up for a free game and then you have the buy-ins, right? The app buy-ins and stuff like that.
In-app purchases.
In-app purchases. So he's quite a gamer guy. He's a really smart guy. But Ryan, he wanted Nintendo when he wanted gaming stuff, so he's always been a Nintendo guy. And me, I'm so old. My last game was a Sega Genesis, believe it or not. And you probably haven't even heard of that. It's the one there
DJ
Sonic came
said,
on there.
"Thank you for everything. You have made my day, and thank you for chatting with me."
Hey, it's been our pleasure. It's been fun talking with you. And wish you well. I hope nothing goes boom boom in the night there for you in Cincinnati tonight. Have a safe night and take care of yourself, eh? Stay safe.
I just finished it.
Hope to chat with you again soon. I already follow you on your channel on YouTube, but hopefully I can check out your website and also your what you call Instagram.
Keep looking at those big YouTube stars that went from
He
nothing.
said, "I'm not leaving yet."
Oh, okay. Keep looking at those big stars that started off with nothing. I always look at that too. Look at a guy like Mr. Beast and others that basically that's
Dan
what happened.
TDM.
Dan TDM too. They're just playing games on the internet. They live stream, get a bunch of followers,
Lemon Lane.
Actually,
get some kind of following, and then great things can happen. So it can happen to you too. Just keep at it, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
most gamers don't actually live stream on YouTube. They
Isn't
live
that-
stream on Twitch.
What about what's his name? PewDiePie. Didn't he start off as a YouTuber too, like doing games on YouTube?
Yeah,
And that's how Mr. Beast did it. He was just starting the game, right? Just a gamer,
but hardcore gamers
living in mom's basement, playing games all night. Boy, you're never gonna amount to nothing if you don't get off those games. Get out of the basement and get a real job. Well,
But then they make millions of dollars.
look at Mr. Beast. He employs probably half his high school friends and does so much good in his community and around the country down there in the States. Yeah, I think that's tremendous what he's doing with his opportunity. He wants to give away most of the money that he makes, so that's pretty awesome.
He said he not gonna leave until you end the live stream.
All right, fair enough. You don't have to go yet. And what do you want to talk about, DJ? Why don't you start the conversation off from this point? We got about, 20 minutes before we get home?
Yeah.
Let's see what you want to talk about. We'll let you do the leading here for a while.
For some reason, you have 5 people there. I know one is a Kapom and one is a DJ, but another hiding 3 people. Your supporter.
How's that possible? All we did was
He said he doesn't care.
all we did was drive home from Edmonton. We got
He can talk anything.
group of people here and chatting away. This is pretty fun.
Yeah. He said, I don't care what you want to talk about. You can talk about it.
What do you want? You want to start up a conversation, Ryan? What do you want to talk about? No. Okay. What are you doing back there? Playing on your...
I'm creating this game for you. I
You're-
wanted to see you play it and try to beat it.
You're creating a game?
Yeah.
What platform do you use for creating games?
Well, I used to use Scratch back in school, but I stopped using Scratch because I stopped going to school and they stopped the Scratch program in school. So
Oh yeah, you were taking...
Scratch.
yeah, that was like an option class, right?
Yeah.
Where you learn how to make games.
Yeah. The whole reason I was motivated to make games on Scratch because I could share it with my classmates, but I can't do that now. So I sort of just left it and went with Fancade.
What is it called? Fancade?
Yes.
Is that on the App Store? Is it a free program or what is
It's
it?
a free program.
Okay. Hey DJ, did you ever play Pokemon Go?
Sao you say.
Yeah, Ryan says that Pokemon Go has totally died out and
Yeah.
It's completely dead.
completely dead. I remember when they first came out with that, Ryan was kind of really keen on Pokemon Go and he got me doing it. So we kind of got hooked on it for a while, but we haven't played that probably for a year or so. Not allowed to play Pokemon Go. Yeah, I suppose if you're in a city where there's a lot of shootings and stuff, it's probably not very safe to be heading out to any of these places. Like in our town, it's, like right now, if we drive around our town, we would be lucky if we could come across one car. It's so quiet, it's so dead. So you can go to any of those Pokestops and you rarely ever see anybody. If you do, it's the same few people that you see there, but it's pretty safe. I remember when I drove through Chicago, I picked up a car there at Parma, Ohio, and I had to drive it back to Alberta. This was quite a few years ago, but I had to drive transit through Chicago. So I drove through Chicago, and I don't know anything about anything, right? So I needed to get gas, so I'm in downtown Chicago, and I pulled into this gas station, and the people there, they were kind of like, what's this guy doing here? And
He
giving me
asked, can I
dirty
visit you
looks.
someday?
Up in Canada.
We have the virus pandemic. I think.
Once they open the border, eh? Yeah. Have you ever been to Canada? Have you ever traveled outside of America? Do you guys go camping or traveling or anything?
Kapom said Canada นี่อยู่ในกลุ่มนอร์ติก้าหรือเปล่าครับ แคนาดาอยู่ติดอเมริกาค่ะ พี่กระปอม น้องกระปอม He asked where Canada is it at the Nordic.
Oh, if it's... No, we're in North America.
อยู่นอร์ทอเมริกา อยู่ติดกับอเมริกาเลยครับ น้องกระปอม
We have the longest border in the world between Canada and USA.
DJ answer nope. He never been
Oh,
to Canada.
yeah, you gotta get traveling around, seeing some other parts of the world when you're older and you have your own ability to get around. We've been really fortunate. I never traveled much when I was a kid, but when I got a job when I was 18 or 19, I took a few trips. So over the years I've been on several trips abroad. I've been to Mexico, been to Cuba, been to Europe, went to England and France, been to, where else have I gone? Of course, I've been to Thailand. That's where I met my wife. Norma here is from Thailand. So I've been to Thailand, Cambodia, Laos. Where else have we been? Of course, we kind of, stepped foot in Japan just at the airport.
USA.
Japan and Korea. Yeah, been to USA quite a number of times.
And we went to a lot of states too, hey, like
Yeah, we took a road trip there
to California.
quite a few years ago, and we went through all the northwestern states, and Arizona, Nevada, California, Oregon. Oregon,
Francisco, very beautiful.
yeah, Oregon is a beautiful state too. Along the Oregon coast, it's just amazing there.
Only one,
If you ever get a chance to go to Oregon coast, that's beautiful.
yeah. Only one upside of Oregon coast, even in the summertime, is still cold. Like, you cannot play in that water, right? Not like California when it's hot, right? In the lake or the oceans,
I
right?
don't know if the ocean at California is that warm. Like Pacific Ocean's pretty cold even there.
He tell you to go to his hometown, Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'd like to visit there for sure. What else is Cincinnati famous for? Like some cities in America, for me anyway, you hear about them over the years, and some cities are associated with certain industries. Like, you know, you can't talk about Detroit without talking
Oh.
about the auto industry,
He
right?
said, I'm bored, but thanks to you, I'm not.
Oh, that's good.
UDF and car and war and a lot LOL. What UDF mean? What
it?
is UDF and
UDF?
cars and war and a lot LOL?
So is there like army base at Cincinnati or something where a lot of people get trained? Is that right, Ryan?
No, I was just.
You're talking to yourself back there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some places are associated with American Forces bases or something like that, right? Like there's one in Montana. I can't remember the name of that one. Is it Pendleton or something?
Not
Remember we
sure.
drove down in there? There's a big one, I think, in Montana. And
He said not really. I'm not sure what you asked him.
oh, okay. Just what Cincinnati was famous for. Like, you know, San Francisco has the Golden Gate Bridge, and there's some certain thing. Well, there's a lot of things in California, right, to go visit, like the Redwood Forest in California, Sequoia National Park, Hollywood, Walt Disneyland,
And King Island.
King Island. Tell me more about King Island. What's up with that? What was that about? Google that, Norm. King
1
Island.
minute.
Okay. I've heard of that somehow.
Kings Island.
Like, I know Davenport, Iowa. That's kind of like they call it a real river town, right? It's they had the paddle wheelers on the river, and I think they came up all the way up the Missouri River from the Gulf of Mexico. All these ships would come up there. So the Missouri River was a real lifeblood in the early days before automobiles, and even before railroads were that common. The paddle wheelers would bring goods and services up the river from the Gulf of Mexico, and so they've got a real history around the river and that. Just like in Canada, the very early days before roads and railroads, the only way to get around Canada was by river too.
Kings Island is the largest amusement and water park in the Midwest,
Oh, okay.
Mason, Ohio.
Oh, okay, it's like another version of Disney World.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we don't have too many amusement parks around where
It's
we
a
live.
park, he said.
They
Yeah.
got one at West Edmonton Mall. It was at one time the biggest shopping mall in the world, they said. I think there's several that are bigger now, but back when it was built, it was the biggest one. And they got an indoor amusement park there with all the usual rides you see at the fair, a big roller coaster, and Drop of Doom. What else they got there? All those usual rides you see at the carnival. But But I get sick on those rides anymore. When I was young, it's like fun, right? But you get a little bit older and you just want to puke every time you go on there. I don't like to ride them anymore. Ryan tries to get me on there, or he did the last couple of years, but
They have 4 new rides, he said.
Oh wow! It must be bigger than all those. What is it? What's that other one? 4 Flags or 6 Flags? 6 Flags, I think, right? Yeah.
Honey, take to Highway 2 to Ponoka.
Highway 2?
Yeah, just go
On
Highway
2A?
2. No,
What?
to Ponoka.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. So it's yeah, that's fun for guys. Guys are 13. When I was 13, that's what I'd do. Like when the carnival came to town, I'd get on my bike. We lived not too far from where they had the Red Deer Exposition, and they had the carnival come to town. So I'd get on my bike, and I remember there was a fence around the outside of the park where they had the carnival, and there was always a hole somewhere because people were sneaking in there. So I'd go down there and I'd sneak into the carnival because I didn't have any money to buy a ticket. So that's what I'd do in the summertime. Sneak into the carnival, look around for girls. Probably when I was 13 or 14. Because all the hot chicks would be down there strutting their stuff at the carnival.
It's dark, eh?
It's really dang dark.
He
So
said
dang
in
dark.
300 it dropped 5 biggest in the world.
300-foot drop. Whoa. Is that like a straight gravity drop thing? That's kind of like the drop of doom. Then it goes up slow, they build up the anticipation, and then you hear it click, and then a whoosh, down you go. Yeah, I get sick on those kind of rides. But I can ride last time we went to the carnival at Ponoka, had the carousel, horse carousel. I can ride that okay.
And the one that go in the wheel,
The one that
go high, go like a...
yeah, you sit in the chair and it's on chains and it spins around a bit.
No, it's
I-
kind
I
of like
rode
go...
that one.
That's a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
No, not a merry-go-round.
Yeah, we went up there,
The one
3 of us.
where you're in those seats and they have the chains and it raises up and then
that's
starts spinning around.
That's swing spin.
Yeah, whatever that one's called. I can do
DJ
that.
said roller coaster.
No, not a roller coaster. It's like a seat and they got 4 chains.
Go
And
Highway 2.
It's kind of like a merry-go-round, but you're up in the air. I don't know what they call it. But I hate the ones like the zipper. Forget it. The zipper.
Or
That's just human torture at that point.
Yeah.
what that Ezra went up to, and then the gravity one, and then when he went down, he had to go home, right? That one.
Is that the one where the
Standing.
Gravitron.
No, that's not it. It's the one where it spins around super fast and then the floor
You
drops
just
down.
stand and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
It spins super fast.
And it pushes you against the back wall of it. It's like a big cylinder,
And then the bottom of the floor just drops down.
and you're stuck to the wall.
And you're stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
And then if it stops, then you're just gonna go flying down.
Yeah.
Plummeting.
Yeah, the only thing I really like is in America they got a lot of those old antique wooden roller coasters. Those are kind of fun.
DJ said it's 12:33 a.m. here.
Well, anytime you want to go to sleep, you just knock yourself out there, buddy. Don't hang around because we're yapping. You need your beauty rest too.
DJ said roller coaster, the 300 feet drop at Kings Island.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? I think the last roller coaster I really enjoyed it was at there's a place in California. It's got a wooden one. Knott's Berry Farm, I think. Maybe they've got the wooden one there, and they got one close to the ocean. I think at near San Francisco. There's a wharf at I'm thinking Dela Cruz, but not Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
Santa Cruz at the wharf, they've got a wooden roller coaster there. I was on that one
100
once.
years.
Yeah,
old,
really,
right?
really old. Like when amusement parks were, back in the, I don't know, 20s or something like that, 1920s. it was the thing to do, right? People get out of the city and go to the beach side. But those old wooden roller coasters, they're kind of nostalgic, right? The new ones, man, they're all engineered on computers and they're designed for maximum G-force and maximum thrill. But the old ones got a bit of a charm, and they're not so hard on the stomach.
Okay, Grandpa.
That's what Grandpa says anyway.
Well, should we end the live stream so DJ he can take a rest? It's
Yeah.
quite late for him.
I gotta pull my dentures out and put them in the cup and get my long johns on. Tuck myself into bed here pretty quick. So we better end the live stream here, DJ. Thanks again for chatting with us for most of the night here. You've been a real friend, so it's good to meet you.
Okay,
We're
I
connected
I
now,
want to
so
talk
we'll.
first.
Okay, my wife wants to say a few words here, and we'll end the live
Yeah.
stream. So
He
have a
said,
good night,
no,
DJ.
I'm staying here still till you stop. Love your channel. I'm your biggest fan. Do you
Awesome,
have merch? MERC. Merch, right?
Merch?
MER, yeah.
No, we're just. Ryan has merch. Yeah, he does actually. On Teespring, Ryan has some
okay.
merch there actually.
Okay, you can say bye to him now. He agreed that you should stop
All right.
live stream so he can go to bed.
Well, nice meeting you, DJ. Have yourself a great day tomorrow, eh? And we'll see you again soon, buddy.
Keep in touch. We go back to your channel and we can have more chat in the future. Thank you so much, DJ.
Keep on rocking it out there in Cincinnati. Change the world, man. Take care.
Stay away from boom boom.
Yes,
Yes, please stay away from me.
please, please.
Boom, boom, no good, good.
Yeah, take care, man.
Take care, bye. ไปแล้วนะพี่กระปอม ขอบคุณมากๆนะน้องกระปอม Say thank you to กระปอม too.
Yes, thank you, Kapam.
กระปอม with you the whole time.
ขอบคุณครับสวัสดีครับโชคดีครับ
Instagram link bio DJ site. Okay. We'll find you DJ, no worry. We see you chat with you soon. Take care.
Good luck on your channel too.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye DJ.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye พี่กระปอมน้องกระปอมขอบคุณมากนะคะ
Over and out.
เจอกัน
See
ให
you
ม่
soon.
สวัสดีค่ะ บ๊ายบาย